Welcome to This Week in Gielinor episode. This week we actually have the Forestry update, and since Jagex are huge fans of woodcutting, they decided to cut the update in half. Yeah, look, this is only the first part of Forestry, the second one will be released in September. And before I actually get into the update, I wanna touch on this. To help support group play and reduce competition. If almost there was, I don't know, like content creator a couple of months ago that made a video exactly how maybe competing for resources wasn't hap to today's standards and it wasn't the most fun thing to do when bots just yoink your resources, maybe that way of training a skill wasn't the most fun. I wonder if there was a content creator that made a video like that. I really do wonder if there was any video of the sort being made. Anyway, self-jerking off aside, yes, Forestry is finally here, and by far the best part about Forestry is that trees now don't just have a random chance of despawning every time you get a log. Now, every time you get a log, the tree will start a timer, an average timer for certain trees, that will essentially keep counting down until the tree eventually despawns. This timer depends on the type of the tree, and if you leave it alone, the tree will just regenerate over time, so people can just grief you by getting a log and then, despawning all of the trees. Also, you actually get rewarded by participating in woodcutting with other players, because you can get a plus 10 invisible woodcutting boost depending on how many players are cutting the tree. So if you have another player cutting the tree with you, you get a plus 1, 2 players, plus 2, up to 10 players. So it's actually recommended to actually cut trees with other players. And now that this update is in the game, people will actually try and cut different trees, because people always do that. They always do the opposite. In Motherlode Mine, when it was more beneficial for everyone to be in their own vein, people are all in the same vein. Now that it's more beneficial to be in the same vein, people are all in different veins. So I expect the same to happen in woodcutting. With these, however, we also got the events. Essentially, every time you are woodcutting and you cut a log, there's a random chance to spawn an event. There are a couple of types of events, and if you participate in them, you get a thing or you get a currency to then spend on the new Forestry shop, which has a lot of rewards. Now, keep in mind that this is not the entire update. There's a lot more coming in September, and honestly, if you wanted a deep dive about Forestry, you're watching the wrong type of show. Also, another thing before I go, the Desert Treasure 2 poll is live, so go vote on it. And that's it. At the end of the day, there it is. That's Twig, and I'm working on Nobanque, so I'm sorry for this one to not be super fancy, but I'll see you next week.